Welcome to another episode of Kirk Allen Live. I'm over here at the lake, and I thought today would be a nice day to get out and see if we can catch some more fish on the swim bait. I decided to downsize it a little bit. I switched it down to a quarter ounce, and I thought, you know what? Today's a good day. Gonna lighten it up a little bit, see if we can get this swim bait just to swim up a little bit more than our last swim bait on our last live. It's gonna be kind of tough. We're on the phone today, and we're just decided, it's Sunday. Our game hasn't started yet. We're waiting for the football games to get going. Actually, some are going right now. If any of you are Vikings fans, I can tell you right now that the Vikings are up 7-0 against the Texans. And I'm sure there's a couple of you from Texas that don't like that. But most of the people from Texas, don't they all seem to like Dallas? Doesn't it seem to be that way? But yeah, I'm a Vikings fan. True, die-hard Vikings fan. Love them. When we were kids, everybody had to decide which team do you like. Well, I was just a kid. I really didn't know much about football. My parents weren't really into football that much. So I decided, well, maybe I ought to pick the team that, at least I like purple. So I decided the Vikings were the way to go. Anyway, I know that's kind of off fishing, but today's Sunday, football day. So anyway, got the rod and reel out. We're gonna go ahead and take a few casts with the quarter ounce swim jig. And let's see what happens here. Now I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this exactly, as far as holding the camera up. Let's see what we got here. I'm sure everybody else has a nice little thingamajigger ready to go. Not me. I like to live dangerously. Alright, so here we are. As I said, I'll keep it loud so you can hear me. Using a quarter ounce swim jig. We're here at the lake. Make sure you can see that, okay? We're going to see if we can't cast one. Catch one or two. Here we go, here we go. I drove the Polaris out here today. The water actually is kind of stinky. Well, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I was getting kind of bored today. Today was one of those days where I was just kind of like hanging around the house, and there wasn't much going on, so I told my wife, I said, you know what, I'm going to grab the rod and throw the swim jig on. This is exactly what I told my wife. I said, hey, I'm going to go put the quarter ounce swim jig on and take it up to the lake and see if I can catch a fish. That's not true. She would be like, what? What are you going to do? So what are you guys doing today on this beautiful Sunday? I'm kind of wondering if a lot of you aren't watching football. That's kind of probably what I'm going to be doing in a little bit. Like I said, I'm out and about. Figured, you know what? Throw on the cameras, go live for a little while, see if we can't catch a fish or two. We're working with a lot of that duckweed again today, which is kind of a real pain in the butt. I don't particularly like it much. Now the water's pretty murky today, so I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't be throwing something a little bit darker than this color here. The color I have on right now is kind of a light color green. But like I said, the water's super murky here. Oh boy, we got all kinds of people coming up. So I'm live here at the lake, and I got about 15 people that are like kind of walking up. I don't know what they're thinking. I got my Polaris Ranger here, so it's a little different than normal. I didn't drive my car, so my stuff's not really locked up real well. All right, as I said, I'm running a little bit lighter weight here. Let's see if I can turn you guys this way a little bit. Almost lost that one to the tree. All right, we just got a nice hit. And I took the tail right off my Kitech there, so we're gonna have to switch out Kitechs. That's part of fishing. Lose lots of plastics. If you don't like losing plastics, you're probably not. You're not getting bites, is what this is. Probably not. So you got to have plastics on hand whenever you're fishing with the swim. Sinkos, go with just one Sinko, and you certainly don't want to go with just one swim bait. Let me get this over here. All right, got lots of colors here. What do you think? Purple, black. What do you think? What color? Let's see here. What else we got here? Oh, we got green pumpkin too. Maybe we'll go with the green pumpkin. Let's try that green pumpkin on there. I like it. I like it, Picasso. All right. So that's one down. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my latest injury. I got a video coming out all about what happened to my finger. I crushed it in a channel of a window on my excavator. I got 13 or 8 stitches in it. I don't know why I was saying 13. And yeah, that hurt like a son of a gun. It really hurt. Really, really hurt. So, all right, so we're switched over to a green pumpkin now. We'll give this a throw. I don't like where the hook is exactly. So, that's my dad. Hey, Dad. I'm on live, by the way, Dad. Just in case you're wondering, if you say something, I can respond to you real time. Real time. So go ahead and say something. I'll respond to you if you don't believe me. Oh, that's a bad shot, isn't it? All right. Okay. As I said, I didn't really bring a tripod, so just kind of decided to do this all of a sudden. So let's see what we got here. This wouldn't have been my first choice, to be honest with you, as far as colors. Green pumpkin on a white swim bait probably wouldn't have been my first choice, but it's what I grabbed. But let's give it a shot, see what happens. Score alert, we have a score alert. The Vikings are now up 14-0 against the Texans. Any predictions for scores on the Vikings game? What's your team? What team are you rooting for today? Just put it right there in the comments. I can see it. So for those of you who are just joining us, we're fishing the swim bait today. This is a 1/4 ounce with a Kitech swim tail on it, and it's already getting kind of abused, so we may have to be switching colors off pretty quick. Right now we're running green pumpkin. It's not my favorite color to run against a white jig, but it's what we had for right now. We're just kind of puddle jumping with the Polaris today. So we have a few places to stop, and I figured, you know what, I'll bring a rod along with me and just kind of throw them in. Going live was kind of an afterthought, so this isn't going to look very produced, so I apologize in advance. Hey, say hello if you're watching. Hi there, pup. Hi. Oh, bye-bye. And we got a dog coming after us. I thought he was going to come and visit us. So I'm not the only one at the lake today. A lot of times I'm come out to the lake and I'm like the only guy here. It is a Sunday and I'm seeing quite a few more people here than I normally do. No hits as of yet. So we got a couple videos coming out, so keep our eyes open for those. I'm still on the 10-day challenge when it comes to the swim jig. We've been doing really great with it. I caught one today with the 1/4 ounce. And that's kind of why I decided, oh, maybe I should be videoing this. I really only have my phone, so, you know, rather than trying to put together a video, I just decided to go live to see if I can get a couple of you guys that are just kind of hanging around with not a lot to do today. Figured out, what the heck, maybe I'll kind of join you and just say, hey, what's up? And try to catch a fish or two. And if we do, well, then we do, and that's great. Who doesn't love catching a fish on Sunday? I mean, you could either be watching football or fishing, so I don't know. I like both. Kind of like fishing. We just picked up quite a bit of duckweed, which is totally gross. Totally gross. So if you're kind of wondering what's going on if you just got here, I'm fishing at the lake. I'm puddle jumping with my Polaris. So basically I've been jumping from spot to spot. I fished at one of our ponds that are close by. And now I decided to fish the lake. And we are fishing with a swim jig with a Kitech swim tail. It's a white swim jig. I decided to go 1/4 ounce this time. I've been fishing the 3/8 ounce for a while, and I've been having pretty good success. But I wanted to kind of switch it up a little bit, go a little lighter, and see what would happen. I'm not in love right now with my swim bait that I have on right now, so we're going to switch that up. Want to kind of go a little lighter, kind of stay with the color of the swim jig itself. So I'm going to switch it over to white. We were fishing this green pumpkin color, but we weren't getting any bites. I did get one bite earlier with the same color, and it took the tail right off of it. So I'm going to get back after that color and see if that can produce another bite. The green kind of gets in there whether I like it or not with all this duckweed here. But we're gonna get this hooked up on here. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. I think that color is really the way to go. That really meshes in there. It's got just a tiny little hint of chartreuse in there, and I think that can really do well. So we're gonna give that a whirl. So let's throw this in. Like I said, we're here at the lake. I'll give you a look-see at what we're doing here. So we're here at the lake. Whoop, my hand's right in front of where my thumb is. So we're here at the lake. You can see we have all that duckweed on there, and that duckweed has been troublesome. Once I drag through that, it just collects on my hook. It's pretty disgusting, really, but that's all part of it, I guess. It's all part of it. So got a beautiful sunny day. And I'll see if I can show you how beautiful the sky is today. Today is Sunday. Sunday fun day, football day, and fishing. What's better? It's better than that. Okay, so I'm going to put you guys down, and hopefully I'll be showing you a fish that we catch. So let's get back after that and see what happens. Let's find a good spot for you so you can all see what's happening. You can all see what's going on at the zoo. Just don't seem to be able to get a good spot for you. How's that? Well, you can't really see the lake, can you? I'm sorry. Stay with me here. My goodness, this is tough. Well, I appreciate you hanging in there and watching me try to get you guys set up. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, there we go. There we go. How's that? All right, let's get a couple casts in and see if we can't catch a fish. That would be really good if I could keep it there. There we go. You stay there. Stay there. Don't move. Don't move. So this isn't a very deep lake. It's only about maybe 8 feet total. A little bit of rocks on the bottom there, so you know, we could jig a little bit. A couple dogs coming up right now. I think the dogs are interested in me. So I see that they're walking the dog down. So maybe you get a chance to see the dog and me get bit. Right on. Yeah, I thought your other dog was gonna come visit me. Yeah. I don't know if it's a he or she, but it got like right there, and I'm like, oh hey, and he was like, oh my gosh, you talk.
Yeah, no, 2 sheets. 2 sheets. How's it going?
Not bad. Hey, Paul. You guys got a nice walk today, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, it's nice. This top cover is not that difficult to deal with. At least it's not like super weedy on the bottom.
You know, you just never know how it's going to be here.
Yeah.
I came here a couple days ago. I had all open water to fish, and I'm fishing, and I'm having a great time. Then the wind picked up, and it wasn't like really blowing.
Yep.
But it was just enough to move all this duckweed right over top of where I was fishing.
Yeah, it's hard though. It makes it visually more difficult, right?
Yeah, you know, that's okay. I don't mind that so much because, I mean, really, if you're fishing lower type baits anyway, I mean, you know, it's not going to really make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
But it does glom up your lure.
Yeah.
And, you know, to try to splash clean, throwing it right back into the weeds is tough.
Yes. All right. Well, good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Enjoy the day.
Yeah, you too. Enjoy it. So those are going to be some of the things that when you go live like this, you can't change. I mean, it's just the way life is. Things will pop up and happen right before your eyes. And I've noticed every time I go fishing, I have different experiences, whether it's meeting new people or seeing wildlife that maybe I've never seen before. Certainly catching fish, and hopefully we're always, you know, hopefully you're catching that really large fish that you've been dreaming of. That doesn't always happen. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to go out and you're not going to catch a fish. But have a lot of fun trying, and that's the enjoyable part, getting out here. It's a beautiful day. The sun's shining. The water doesn't smell too good. It's a little stanky, but we're here and we're fishing. Like I said, today we're fishing the swim jig. As I said, I'm running a 1/4 ounce. I'm using a St. Croix Avid X with a 70 series Daiwa. I started to dial down on my Daiwa reels. I've been getting 200s and 250s, and I've got a 100 and a 150. I got a 70. You're putting less line on it. You're only putting about 100 yards of line on it. I'm running 10-pound fluorocarbon here, and you know, we really don't need all that line for bass fishing because, you know, you don't get spooled out like you would with maybe like striped bass. So it's not really necessary to have all that line, other than if you're making a, you know, you're bird nesting all the time, you need to cut line off. But I really love the way the 70 is throwing. So if you guys are ever looking to get another reel, consider the 70. The beautiful thing on a 70 is you can throw 1/4 ounce jigs with no trouble at all. And you know, this jig isn't very big. It's not heavy at all. So I'm able to throw this 1/4 ounce jig with little to no effort. And I'm getting great cast. I really can cast it out there quite far. So if you guys are looking to get a, oh, we got a bug on our glasses. Again, live. This is what happens when you live. Like I said, if you have any comments, feel free to comment. You know, I'll respond to you live if I see them on there. And we're going to fish this 1/4 ounce swim jig out a little bit more. Score for the Vikings game is 14-0 against the Texans. And what's that say? We're in the second quarter now. So if you're like the Vikings, I'll keep you updated on those. That's how I keep updated. All right, let's catch a fish. Darn it. No change in the game as of yet. Still 14-0 on the Vikings game against the Texans. No bites as of yet. It's actually a little late in the day to be fishing right now. Okay, so it went from having dogs coming up to us to, I think we now have an angler coming out our way. Another fisherman. You won't be too happy to know that I haven't gotten a bite over here yet. And usually the swim jig, you can get hits a couple different ways. The one nice thing I like about that is that you could just basically throw this where you think a fish might be and just land it in there, and the squirt will pop open and you can catch a fish just like you would any type of jig. And then if you decide, I want to move along, you could just swim them along, and the paddle tail will do the rest. Gonna let that guy fall a little bit. So I had an opportunity to fish with somebody who had a Mega Live, and boy, is that technology fun. It really is interesting to watch your lure drop down in the fish finders. He's got a Humminbird type, and we were looking at it on a Humminbird. He had a Helix. He's got Helix 12s. Got a video coming out on it. It was really a lot of fun to watch. Basically test it, see where your lure was falling. It was tough to catch them. I mean, it's going to give you an idea where those fish are. You can see the fish, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to catch them. You still have to have something that fish is going to want. We tried the swim jigs, we tried drop shot, we tried all kinds of different things, and we just didn't have any success. But we could see the fish once in a while. Surprisingly, you'd actually spook the fish, and your lure would come dropping down, and the fish would just be like, "Whoa, I'm out of here," and he'd take off. But it was a nice experience to try the Mega Live. I have Mega 360. I really like the 360. Not sure what you guys are using. If you're using any kind of electronics for your boats, throw in a comment. Let me know what you guys are using. When you're bank fishing, you pretty much got to go all natural. So you're either going to catch them or you're not. You just got to pretty much throw it where you think, okay, well, there might be a fish there. And this is the great thing, again, with the swim jig. I could just drop this thing here. If I decide I want to do a drag, I can just drag it. If I want to swim them, I can just swim a foot off the base. If I want to swim them along the top, I could just throw it in there and start cranking with the tip up. If you keep your tip up, you can keep that fish almost like a foot underneath the surface. But I haven't even had I did have one hit today, just the one. So if you guys are watching, if you don't mind hitting that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, which you probably already have if I'm coming up on you, do me a solid and subscribe. I don't do too many lives. Lives are kind of tough because, sometimes even just talking, you'll try to fill spaces that, like right now, I'm trying to fill a space. Sometimes you just fill spaces with uhs and ums, and it's hard, Basically, I'm pretty much sitting here talking to my phone, and I'm hoping I'm talking to you. That's right, you. Yeah, I saw you put your hand on your chest and say, me? And yeah, you, I'm talking to you. Just in case you thought I was talking to the other guy. Nope, I'm talking to you. So yeah, as I said, if you throw a comment out, I can see your comments as you comment, and I can talk to you directly on YouTube. Isn't that kind of cool? So anyway, I think we're going to move our spot. We have a fella that's coming up our way. This has been another thing that I've gotten for my reels. Started to get reel covers for my reels. They were really getting beat up. I like to keep rods and reels along with me wherever I go. So I'll a lot of times just keep them right in the back of my pickup truck. And boy, they're getting beat up pretty bad. So yeah, I like to put the reel covers on here. And we also have a rod cover. And basically I'm just moving, so I gotta kind of put my stuff to the side here. All right. I'm gonna put a few things in my bag here. And we're going to kind of move along. I got a guy over here, he's kind of looking at the space like, oh, I want to fish there. That guy's just talking on his phone. He's not even fishing. Well, what the heck? He's not fishing, why bother? So here we go. We're making a move here. Anyway, you're probably going to see this guy as I walk by. I'm going to tell him I'm talking to my friend. Where do you want to be from? You want to be from like Spain or something? Or maybe Italy? Any luck today? Good morning. A couple little hits?
Yeah, a couple of bass.
Oh, there you go. You here today?
Yep.
Oh, good. Talking to my friend from Italy. So, yeah. So you're from Italy, by the way, just in case you forgot. I was going to say France, but I thought Italy would be better. Anyway, yeah, so we're still here at the lake. We'll throw a couple off the dock being we're right here. But, yeah. Here's where we're going. So, we've been fishing the lake a little bit. It's midday now. I think it's, what is it, guys? 2 o'clock probably now. About 2 o'clock. That's a red-tailed hawk. A lot of wildlife here. A lot of wildlife. So as I said, we've been using the Polaris to do some puddle jumping. We fished a pond earlier today, and we caught one little guy, was all. And gonna put that right in there. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put this on the other side, and I'll tell you why. I have exhaust pipes underneath here, and that, boy, did my rod end get hot. So we're gonna put that over here instead. I got that there. Put this bag over here. I gotta close this up a little better. The water over here. Stay right there. Okay. So as I was saying, when you go live, it's kind of unscripted, and you never know really what's going to happen when you go live. It's fun, but it's also kind of scary in a little bit because you could really stumble and say something you didn't really want to say, and it's hard to take it back if you're live. I mean, I could go back and erase the video, but you know, the people that are live with me are going to comprehend what you're talking about. So let's take another look at the lake. It's really a pretty area. I wish this lake was a little more fruitful. I don't catch a ton of fish here, but I have caught a lot of fish here. I caught a nice big fish. So let's have a little talk. Let's have a little chat. So I'm going to sit over here. Oh, by the way, take a look at this plane. So I know you see planes all the time. Like, big deal, right, Kirk? These planes are seeding our area. They're going around to some of the farms around here, and they're seeding their crops. Kind of crazy, but that's what they're doing today. So anyway, I thought I'd let you know that we're getting very close to the amount of hours that you need to become monetized on YouTube. And I actually only need one more hour. So if you've been watching since I've gotten in here, you've helped me tremendously by giving me another 40 minutes. The trouble with the trouble that I'm having now is with YouTube is I'm competing with my past self. And what I mean by that is YouTube rates you or gives you watch hours in for the last 365 days. So my YouTube channel is about 2 years old as far as the fishing videos and our construction videos that we put out. Now, I've had the channel for a long time. I used to utilize it for my daughter's basketball, and I would give it to college coaches to get her placed in college, which she did. She got herself into Widener University and played basketball there. So it does work. But now that I've started to produce some more content and edit a bunch of content and get the content out there, I'm now competing with some of my older videos that did quite well when we first started. But now I'm finding that as time goes on, I'm losing some of the hours that we had previously had there, and they're dropping off. So I thought I only needed 10 more hours as of yesterday. And last night I took a look, and now I needed 12 hours. I lost 2 hours instead of gaining hours. And this morning I woke up and I had regained 11 hours of watch time. So I got that one more hour, or 3,999 hours, which means to me that it's very likely that we're going to see drop off, and it'll come and go. So it's hard work. I don't think sometimes when we watch these videos, even when they don't seem like, wow, the guy didn't catch any fish, or I didn't like where he was fishing, or what have you, with any of the videos, you don't realize the effort that goes into some of the videos that have a lot of editing done, especially when you go on a trip that could be 3 or 4 days long. And I'm referencing one of my own videos. I went to Lake Sagandaga, my father and I, and it was over a couple days, and to produce that video was a struggle because it was over so many timelines, had so much content that I had to go through before I could break it down and say, okay, this is going to be the best video that I could put together with the content that I have. I could probably put 4 videos together with that thing, but it was a struggle, and boy, it was really kind of hard. It was almost frustrating, to be honest with you. And I love the fishing. Sometimes it takes the fishing fun out of it when you have to do the editing. I don't want to complain about editing because I do enjoy it as well. It's always nice when you go out and you fish and you're catching a ton of fish, and the video just works for itself. It's just seamless. It just goes ahead and it pretty much produces itself. All you have to do is link everything together. But anyway, that's kind of getting back on how putting YouTube videos together has been working out for me. So, as I said, we're going to be monetized pretty soon. So, doesn't mean I'm going to be making a ton of money. It's probably going to mean that I'm going to make like $2 or $3 a month. Yeah, a month. So anyway, let's get back in the Polaris, and we're going to close the doors up on this one. Really appreciate you guys watching. We had a lot of fun coming out here and doing some fishing. If you didn't see all the video, you could always go back. It'll be in the playlist, and you can watch some of the video. You can go back and watch. I didn't catch anything, unfortunately. Spoiler alert. I mean, wait. I caught a ton of fish. It was awesome. Alright guys, well, I really appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to sign off now. I got some editing to do. See where the Vikings are at. Whoa! That's the other thing you got to worry about. Oh, where are you? You're over here? Okay, come on over here. I dropped you. But are you okay? You okay? Alright. See, we're still 14-0. Vikings against the Texans. That's going to be it for us, guys. Really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me today. And go Vikings. Like I said, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching all the way through. I see you there. Appreciate you guys watching. Take care now. Have a great day. Now, the hard part. This usually gets me each time when I try to turn this thing off. All right, guys, thanks.